Hi again, T-Lord. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Please don't leave. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club, and last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, T-Lord. I hope that it isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack.
Sayori told me that you didn't even
Join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Why is everything like a threat? Natsuki, you clearly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck behind the saying Monica and manga.
Manga's a literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. T-Lord always gets his best as long as he's having fun. Oh, tell that to every competitive matchup Overwatch. He asked me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy and distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh, how come? You and T-Lord have become good friends too?
Sayori.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gestures from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so you should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? The game's words, not mine. Don't quote that. Don't quote that. Don't you dare quote that. She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own place. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More of that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But not only that, but that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. So sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I had made her comfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused and I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped by at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. I see, definitely. Totally not bullshit. You are totally telling the truth. God, that hurt. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very energetic, engaging, and a reliable story.
Is that so? What is it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front of the cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't actually give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experimenting prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
Probably like mine. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri generally giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of the sort of thing, T-Lord?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you think you related to the protagonist, they're made to be out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things with like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. Yeah, talking a lot. I mean, you could do a book play. That was not a good one. That was a bad one. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had to put in my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. As reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open up the book and start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. She looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean...
God, fucking weirdo. I'm a fucking weirdo. I need to take these off. I'm getting a fucking pain in one of my ears. Like, I can only have it on for so long. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, her shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm, in a way, is so instead, I use my right arm to help hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after I flip its side. But holding it in like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
To
turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right?
Oh god, the smile. The smile, it's real. Is that... I swear that just appeared.
I might be impatient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Oof, such a gripping story. Man, if there's one thing that can get me into the spirit of Halloween, it's fucking really, really, really intimate anime shit. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently leading her and go of the page. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Also, if you noticed any differences and change, I'm just gonna say the spooky Halloween gods, they cursed me, so at certain points I'm just gonna change appearance. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
I'm sorry, I'm still in kind of shock. Yuri remains silent for a moment. Oh shit.
But T-Lord, that's possibly a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. You're fine. Sorry, I didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. Why do I do this to myself? I make the most stupid-ass voices. I think it's time we shared our poems with each other. We might not even have enough time to if we wait too long. You're exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be in pain or anything. It's a fucking book. But I at least thought there would be some sound effect. No. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Alone. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference every way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright! Reading my mortal enemy, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. I've done that way too many times. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find so much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? No, wrong person.
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Because I'm a basic bitch. Who to show to my poem first? Well, if I can remember, because I totally did this, like a couple minutes ago, it should be Yuri we go to, because I remember her bouncing a lot, so might be good. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What's that?
Did I say something out loud?
Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh no!
He's gonna hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
You're kill me.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I mean,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Ah, fucker! I knew it! You like me! She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in this new writer is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from a topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is something both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finishes her train of thought, because I don't know what the fuck poems are, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are totally many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all that comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else at the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine, 'cause it's not like she's gonna be a tsundere.
Please do. I love sharing my thoughts process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, it's supposed to be a Oh, I need to get some good voice for this. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights to have withstood the test of time. The last, yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The lights flicker. I flicker back. That's some deep shit right there. That is some pretty deep shit.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
Well, what? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But you took so long to read.
Okay. That probably is something that she always says. I hope, and I hope it's not the fact that this game is shitting on me like every other game. First fucking Papyrus, the Eggman, no, this. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you in the ghost, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, T-Lord.
Really?
I must have totally missed the point.
Wait, shit. I didn't look at the name for a second there.
Well, suppose you only did a glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place to comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. Because I hate poem research, like, bullshit. I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting, yeah.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from... Yeah, but... I forget what the poem is, but I know it's not anything that makes sense. It's just fucking random words together. Oh my god, it would be so stupid. If anything, I could probably learn a lot from you. From you, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go keep doing my best for you, dear Lord.
Me too. Me too. Alright, let's just get the tsundere over with.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me, princess. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Do you want to get smacked, bitch?
I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Oh. This is not as symbolic as I thought it was going to be. Eagles fly, monkeys... That's kind of just sad.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But that isn't the point of poems for people. But isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about the sample writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line.
So you did. Yeah, that makes sense. You totally didn't fuck that up at all. You go, girl. I guess you may learn into it then I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect this from the youngest one here, did ya?
Well, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Alright, which one's gonna hurt less? Alright, Monica's last, because I don't want to have my vocal cords shredded the last one.
This is good poem, T-Lord. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good, it's garbage. Am I the kind of guy who would write poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impresses me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all.
Yeah, because random words in a random order totally is a poem.
I'm really happy that you just wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, T-Lord. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things is like this forever, people. Every...
What do I fucking...
That's something that only really good people do.
Also, I apologize if my throat is dying a bit. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this meant to her and all. Wait, crap. Hello? Wait, what? Tuesday. Alright, I'm going there. I'm going. Oh, okay. Yourself. My friends. Alright, I'll just do this so it won't turn off and then I can see exactly. Knowing how much this meant to her and all.
Yeah! And I'm gonna make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright. I'm gonna hold you to that then. If you break my heart, you're gonna pay you kawaii bitch. No, okay. I can't. She's too nice. I can't do it. I can't be mean.
Yay! Now that you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Yeah, let's see about that. Dear sunshine, the waveland. Huh? Is that ukulele? Wait, what the fuck? I mean, it's good, but what the fuck is the ending? I want breakfast. It's just like, dear God, can I have IHOP today? Please, I really like IHOP. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still try my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say something that was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounded like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point to arguing. I mean, it's not like I haven't had breakfast in a while. I miss the taste of a Pop-Tart. I actually haven't eaten anything in a while for breakfast. I just kind of skip it.
That was so much fun! Monica's the best!
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever!
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. You just lower the pitch of it. Well, I guess the last but not least is Manica. Hi, T-Lord. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, T-Lord. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of a barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, I guess that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, T-Lord. I was going, ooh, boo, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to say, to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why I always counts when I put in some effort, and also when I can't talk. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that, efficiently. Or effectively. Don't think I didn't see that. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of patience, which I assume Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet, because I just wrote this poem last night. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I come comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things, Tyler. T-Lord. Can I just censor it? That'll be funny. Just censor it. Oh, that's gonna be fucked up to hear. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself. Try So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. That's the laugh. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well then, let's read it, then. Oh my god, so long. Guess I have to actually read this seriously.
A hole in the wall. It could have been me. See, the direction of the sparticle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind like a film that left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with the permanent copy of that meaningless image. It was just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
That's some fruity loopy deep shit. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. Is this what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really in the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of people have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently, that I've been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yes, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on the specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make it any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Fuck, I need a drink. Oh my god. That's the real shit. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just behind being nice, there's no way that my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem at the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you just completely miss symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you haven't tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really doesn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who I actually liked it. Which people did, by the way.
Sayori
Liked it. And T-Lord did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions from my own. First of all...
Excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I could come across something particularly inspiring. which I haven't yet.
Mm.
And T-Lord liked my poem too, you know. He even told me that he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member here.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that T-Lord appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advices more? Are you full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go on my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Eh?
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as T-Lord started showing up.
Natsuki?
What the fuck did I just walk into? Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
I don't like you guys fighting.
Suddenly both girls turns towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there.
T-Lord!
She's trying to make me look bad.
It's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out.
I don't like doing their voices, but I had to...
I'll be explaining that to our T-Lord.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings that men most effectively. According to them, is only unnecessary limiting yourself. It's almost a waste. You understand that, right, T-Lord?
Well...
How did I get myself dragged into this? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably be more think highly of me. Shit. Okay, so we got Natsuki, Yuri, and help me Sayori. Alright, this probably is the choice that probably causes like a huge divide in the game. And I could do the cheap out answer of help me Sayori so they both think equal of me. But I'm in the mood of making someone hate me. Simple or complex? Simple or complex? Simple or complex? Help me Sayori! Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Dear Lord.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that's making her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody like...
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri! You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are you fighting?
Because...
Well... Also, Natsuki's cute. There's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs have been the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
I swear this was supposed to be spooky. I don't know what's happening. This is just some weird anime drama. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands between her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organize things. I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I could blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't it, she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. I then get sent to the hospital, as I later die of a pancreatic cancer. Such as a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. I think it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, I say it's worth it.
It was alright, well, mostly.
T-Lord, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat to talk about it with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something for your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination.
T-Lord, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this time together. I can really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between me, Yuri, and Natsuki. Does that thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Well, you know, T-Lord, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in this club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what's making me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Eh.
I mean,
Every day is gonna be so much fun!
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay!
Yeah, let's do this! Oh my god. Alright, let's think of something good. Despise. How about, Wrath? Disaster. Portrait. Waterfall. Raindrops. Suicide. Man, these are getting kind of dark with words. Disown. Melancholy. Hopeless. Why are you doing the hopeless? Essence. Covet. Scars. Dark. Rose. Together. Horror. Unending. Uncontrollable. Graveyard. Alright, so as you can see with the word choice, we're probably going for one person specifically.